Hey everybody, and thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Thursday. In just a couple minutes, I'm going to get started with our new YouTube video. I'm posting this on Facebook. I'm posting this also in our blog on the website, so feel free to check any of those platforms. Also, feel free to check out our forum in our Wix website. I have things that I've posted on Facebook in there. I've got all kinds of more written out things. So if you're a reader and you like information, please check out our forum. I'll be right back with a little bit more information on today's video. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. Today I want to talk about something interesting. If you have ever found little bumps, and I have one right here, if you've ever found anything like that on your skin, that could be Milia or Milia, depending on if I want to be Spanish or if I want to be Southern today. Depends on how you say it. Now, I want to tell you a little bit more about this, and I want to tell you how we can work on them and how we can prevent them. Now, first of all, I'll call it Milia, just because I feel like being Southern today. What is it? It's a small cyst made of keratin. It becomes trapped underneath your skin, and it can pop up anywhere, but it tends to pop up underneath your eyes, such as right around here. Now, how is it caused? Okay, when dead skin cells become trapped in a pore, it can be caused by trauma, a cosmetic procedure, use of topical corticosteroids also. Now, a visual exam can diagnose Milia, but if they keep coming back, you may want to have a medical professional check and see if maybe it is an underlying issue, maybe it's your diet, maybe even it could be environmental. Now, I could not find how quickly it usually develops. I'm not sure if it's something that'll take a week to show up or a month to show up, but I have a feeling that it may be related to the size of your skin cells. An interesting thing to note is my wonderful husband has very, very tiny, fine skin cells, and sometimes they collect in different places, like on his face. And I guess I have a little bit bigger skin cells because I don't really have to deal with that. So you may have more fine powdery skin cells, and that would tend to collect a little bit easier than having a little bit larger skin cells. Also, it depends on how often you wash your face and depends on what you really put under there. So there are actually two types of milia. The primary milia is when a pore is clogged and it produces a white head, which is common in infants after birth. It's interesting to find that out because actually most of my kids have had milia on their nose whenever they come home from the hospital. And I watched Ethan this last time when he was born back in October, and it did kind of just come out on its own and wipe away, and it's good to go and it's gone. But a secondary milia is actually formed at the base of a follicle or a sweat gland. So it's at the bottom of your pore, but it's a hair follicle or a sweat gland. And it produces a small cyst. It can also happen after burns, so be careful about sunburns, especially under your eyes. If you are out fishing, went to the beach, somewhere where the light or the sunlight is going to bounce off of the ground and hit you where your visor or your hat is not going to protect you from, keep an eye on that. So, milia is not a mole. Now, you may have seen, I have this little mole underneath my eye, kind of in the very corner right around here, and I have another mole right there. That is from hormones. And my wonderful children, each child that I have carried has blessed me with a bump on my face. I have a small one here. That one came from Aaron. This one came from Hopi. This one came from Gracie. And then the tiny little mole thing, it's more long and skinny in the corner right there, that one came from Ethan. So thank you, wonderful children. But what it is my body chemistry changing and reacting to hormones. Also, with this last pregnancy and what started my skincare journey really is that I had the tiny moles developing on my skin, and I talked to my OB about it, and she said, yes, that is hormonal, and your skin does crazy things when you're pregnant. So if you have noticed that, that could be why. Always, I would always recommend that you talk with a medical professional or a dermatologist to actually diagnose what's going on with your skin. But if it's information that I've learned, I will gladly pass it on. So, how to prevent it? First of all, you want to properly cleanse your under eye area. Obviously, you want to properly cleanse everything, but keep an eye on cleansing all the way around, because I did not expect to develop this little Milia bump right here almost on my nose. I tend to be very careful with my under eye area because I've always had dark circles and I have deep lines. I don't have fine lines, I have deep lines. But keep in mind that even if you have sweat or excess makeup developing and kind of pulling right here, you want to make sure that you clean that correctly. Now, also, I would say be careful to not let it dry out. You don't want your skin to dry out, but you don't want to over moisturize. Over moisturizing can help anything that collects on your skin to stay on your skin. It almost gets to like almost pasty, and that's what can clog pores. So you want to be careful with that. If you over moisturize underneath your eyes, think of the dust that you're going to come in contact with during the day. If you walk outside, are you going to have pollution and things sticking on your skin or sticking on your face, especially if you have oily skin? Keep an eye on that. And then make sure that you properly cleanse. I always do a double cleanse whenever I'm wearing makeup, or if I've been to the beach and I'm wearing a lot of sunblock on my face, or if I've sweated a lot, especially if I just worked out, I always wipe my face off. So keep in mind, when you work out, take one of those washcloths, like the pink washcloth that I have, if you've seen that in some of my other videos, and wipe down your face. That pink washcloth can be found in the makeup aisle, and I did get mine in Target, but it is meant to pull makeup or pull any gunk off of your skin as it wipes it down. So some of them advertise that you don't even have to use a cleanser with it. Now, if you're cleansing off makeup, I would always use a cleanser. But if you're cleansing off sweat or something that's a little bit more water soluble, then you may be okay with just washing your face 1 or 2 times with a cloth like that. And it's kind of like terry cloth. It's very, very soft. You want soft things on your skin. Don't scrub it too hard. Don't use harsh washcloths. Use something soft, even if you end up using your hand. Your hand is better than using a hard washcloth. Trust me. So, now, how to treat it. You can help to alleviate mild milia with a proper cleansing technique tool. And I wanted to point out this guy. Now, I'm going to be doing more about tools. I'm actually going to be doing a video about tools. And if you saw my previous post, I'm going to be selling tools in my store. So let's make sure I get this in focus. Hi. So this guy is used for underneath the eyes, and I keep mine in the refrigerator. At first, I kept mine in the freezer, and it got a little too cold. Kind of shocked my skin a little bit. But if you keep it in the refrigerator, you can keep it in the freezer if you want to, if you're that daring. But keep an eye on your skin. If it turns your skin red and it doesn't go away too easily, you may be damaging your skin. So don't make it too cold. Now this will help to pull some of the moisture from under your skin, like if you have water collecting, if you have bags under your eyes. It can also help kind of squash out some of the milia in your pores if you have it. Now if you have small ones. See, I'm working on mine a little bit. I'm not going to do this too much, but I am going to do it over time, and I'm interested to see, now that I've done more research on milia, and now that I realize I actually had one, I'm going to do more research over time, but I'm also going to use this tool more over time and see if it wipes it out, takes it away. Now, also, otherwise, some dermatologists prefer to extract milia with a small hypodermic needle, where they just put the needle on the syringe and they kind of squeeze it out, or they pull it out. That's up to you if you want to go that far and be that extreme. If that's what you need and it works for you, go for it. I personally, so I'll tell you, this is what I would do. I would prefer to handle things as naturally as possible. I tend to choose the gentlest treatment and then go from there if something needs a little bit stronger. I would also cleanse and tone consistently under your eyes. If you saw my toner video, you saw how toner also helps clear out your pores. It can help whenever you have blackheads. It can help if you have enlarged pores, such as myself, and it can also help to cleanse underneath your eyes without too much scrubbing. You really don't want to scrub that skin. It's so precious and careful. You have to be really careful with underneath your skin, but toner can definitely help. Now also, be careful what you use to hydrate. A moisturizer can trap skin cells, like I mentioned before. You can keep an eye on the Milia as it develops and work on clearing them out as they before they become a larger issue. So far, I've only seen the one under my eyes, and if you notice more of them popping up, kind of analyze what you're doing. Are you using a heavy moisturizer? A way to know if it's a heavy moisturizer is if it's sitting on your skin longer than about 10-20 minutes. If your skin is still oily and you don't have normally oily skin, or still glistens or still dewy after 10 to 20 minutes, then your moisturizer may be a little bit too thick for what you're doing. So consider finding something that has a smaller molecule, or a butter. Like that's why I like using cocoa butter or shea butter in my moisturizers, because they tend to soak into the skin a little bit easier than some other large molecule oils, such as like olive oil or coconut oil. I really don't use those. And I also keep in mind in our moisturizers that if it sits on your skin very long, it's going to start trapping dust and it's going to start clogging your pores. So now, I would not use a mask or harsh chemicals underneath my eyes. I probably wouldn't use an AHA or a BHA cleanser under my eyes. I definitely would not use any kind of clay mask under my eyes. I probably wouldn't use any mask under my eyes. Now, our cleansers are made with Castile soap, which is very gentle. It has rose water in it, which is a natural toner as well. Our cleanser is a lot of things. It will clean your skin, but it will also nourish it. And it has a couple of small molecule oils in it, and has a couple of larger molecule things in it, and it has a lot of nutrients. So I do use my cleanser underneath my eyes, and this has been here for over a year. So it's been here for way longer than I've been using my products. So anyway, that is what I've got on Milia or Milia. So please like, please share, please let me know what your thoughts are. If you appreciated our video, please subscribe. I would love to be able to get this information out to as many people as need to know or want to know. And if you didn't see our previous video, our store is almost ready. We are down to the very last step. Sunbiz has processed. I have my my tax ID number, and all I have now is just to file for the Florida business license, and that's something I'm going to be able to do next week. So I look forward to you all checking out our store and being able to purchase things. Please keep in mind that we use a third-party vendor, and so you just want to put your information in that little form on the bottom of the page. If you have any questions, please hit me up. Please reach out to me and contact me, and I will be on the ball to help you as soon as possible. I actually have the app on my phone, so I can help people whenever you have an emergency. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful Easter. Happy Resurrection Sunday. I look forward to celebrating the resurrection of our Savior and Lord Jesus Christ. So I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.